Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be learning how to make this beautiful corset dress with a basque waistline. If this sounds like something interesting, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. I want to thank you all for over 1000 subscribers. With that being said, let's get right into the tutorial. For the making of this dress, I made use of 4 yards of Ankara fabric, 1.5 yard of lining, 1.5 yard of Chantilly net fabric, my matching zipper and thread, and I also got wadding in order to create my cup pieces. So guys, to begin this tutorial, you'll be needing your pattern paper and I have mine right here. Now just go ahead to draw my basic bodice measurement, and this is going to include the breast length line, the under bust, the waistline, and also the chest line. After doing this, I will proceed to draw out my armhole. If you are done taking this vertical measurement, let's begin. For the neck width, I measured 3 inches, and also for the neck depth 2 inches. I'll connect these 2 points together using my curve rule. Then from the tip of my neckline, I'm going to connect all the way to the 1 inch that I came down for the shoulder slope. I'll divide what I have right here on the shoulder into 2 and mark it. Then on the breast length line, I'm going to be marking half of my client nipple to nipple measurement together with a straight rule, and then I'm going to slant my rule and connect from the breast line all the way to the middle of the shoulder like this. The next thing is to determine how many inches you want to take for the dart. So since my client is not that busty, I'm going to be taking 1.75. Half an inch is going to go towards the middle, and the remaining 1.25 is going to go towards the side. So I'm going to mark this at the waistline and also at the under bust. And the breast line, I'm going to come down by half an inch and then connect with my curve just like I can see me doing all the way to what I marked at the under bust. Placing my measuring tape from the tip of the shoulder ridge, I'm going to come down by how open she wants the chest line to be. So just go ahead to note that measurement and then take it at this point. Mine is about 6.75. Taking the measurement of what I have in between the darts is 1.75. At the chest length area, I'll be adding 0.25 to what I have previously marked at the under bust region. So guys, that means I came in by 0.75 inches towards the middle, and then towards the other side I'll be coming in by 1.5 inches. Can you see the way I place my rule? Now I'm going to connect from this point all the way to the breast point line and then connect a straight line. Then I proceeded to measure in between what I have at this region right here, and I'll replace it at this other side. Then I'll also measure what I have in between the dart at the chest length region and also replace it. I'll be connecting these 2 points with my curve rule, and this is going to be the new armhole we'll be working with. At this part of my pattern paper, I'll be coming down by how deep I want this to be. So just go ahead to mark it. Then towards the side, I'm going to also mark half an inch. I'll be making this more visible using my ruler. Now I'm going to connect a sweetheart neckline like this, the way you can see me doing. And then at the middle, I'm going to come in by half an inch. This is just to serve as a kind of guide. And I'm going to place my curve rule this way, and then I'll just connect a curve line all the way to the under bust. Now guys, for the second cut piece, now where we mark for the shoulder at the chest line region, I'm going to measure between what I have there and the new armhole, and I'm just going to get the middle point. Now from the middle point, I'm going to connect a curve like you can see me doing all the way to the under bust. Then I'm going to connect a straight line this way. At the shoulder region, I'm going to come down by half an inch and then connect a slant line all the way to the middle of this point at this place. Then I'm going to connect the shoulders, connect it back to the shoulder, and just the connection I'm making, just take note of it, also the armhole too. For the sewing allowance, I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches on paper. So at the chest line, I'm just going to make an extension of 1.5 inches. Then for the waist, I'm going to measure my actual waist measurement, divided by 4, mark it, measure in between my darts, replace it, and then also add 1.5 inches extra. Now I'm going to connect these 2 points together. Now guys, the actual ones too, I'm also going to connect it like without the sewing allowance. This is to enable me to take my side dart. And for that, at from the breast length, I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to connect a slant line all the way to the bust point, also extending it outside a bit. Then I'm going to just remark where our waistline is and cut everything out. guys, having cut everything out, I also labeled it for easy identification. Now let's work on the basque effect. For this, we're going to be needing these two pieces. Now I'm going to align them together like this and then use my sellotape to join them to form one piece. I'll bring another pattern paper and I'm going to make sure that the middle is aligned together. Once this is done, just go ahead to use your sellotape to join the two pieces of paper to become one. From the waistline right here, you determine the depth of your back's waistline. So for me, I'm going to be coming down by 5 inches. You can also as well come down by 4 inches. Now guys, I'm going to use my ruler to connect a straight line this way. So from the waist, I'm going to be connecting all the way to the 5 inches that I came down by. That'll be all for the basque effect. Let's cut it out. So guys, I'm done cutting everything for my front pattern. I'm going to be cutting all of these out on my actual fabric and also lining. So guys, right here I have my pattern paper for the back. The first thing I'm going to do is to rule my shoulder line at this point, and I'm going to be marking 1.25 at this region for my zipper allowance, which I will connect together as seen. Then placing my measuring tape from this point, I'm going to be coming down by a half back length measurement, which for her is 14.5 because that of the front is 16 inches and we took a side that. Now I'm just going to divide her shoulder by 2 and then come down by a chest line measurement. Basically, I'm just going to draft a basic pattern. So guys, having gotten my shoulder and also my armhole, let's go ahead to work on the back. So I came down first of all by 2 inches at this point and connected it all the way to my neck width. Then I'll just be making an extension of half an inch from this point here. This is to serve as my sewing allowance for the button. Then I'll just come down by 1 inch like this and I'll just connect everything together this way. Now guys, after doing this, I'm going to come up a bit by some inches because I don't want this to be really low, and they'll just connect it together. Now I'm going to come in by 2.5 inches. The width actually depends on you. I'll place my measuring tape like this in order to give me my yoke. So guys, I'm gonna need to label that place the zipper. Then I'm going to divide the actual bust by 4, mark it and also the actual waist by 4. Add your stitching allowance, your sewing allowance, then connect it together. Now one thing with this back piece is that everything depends totally on you and what you want for the back. So guys, this is the back piece all cut out. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to capture this moment. Now just go ahead to cut out all patterns on fabric. So guys, right here I have all my pattern papers cut out on fabric, and as you can see, I've gone ahead to iron my stay to the Ankara piece. Well, if you have enough stay, you can go ahead to also iron them to the lining piece. So I gave about half an inch stitching allowance all the way through for every single piece that is right here. We'll begin by working on the cup pieces first. So I have it arranged like this, and I also use my pattern paper for reference. So I'm just going to be picking it together and I'll be joining them with my pins from the bottom all the way to the top. That is how I'm going to sew it with half an inch stitching allowance. So guys, having aligned everything, I'm going to be using the patterns to cut out my cup pieces because I'm not going to be using an already made cup for this. So I have my wording right here, and I'm just going to be cutting out two of each piece because we're going to be doubling it together so it can be thicker than the normal wording thickness. So I'm just going to fold this into 2 and cut out my pieces. Now the only sewing allowance I'm going to be giving is towards the middle, and this should be about 1/4 of an inch. So guys, having cut out everything, this is what I'll be looking like, and I have it to be 4 for each. Now I'm going to face them, the shiny part with the gum to face each other, and I'm going to use my iron to just iron it together so they can stick to become one. So guys, having joined my both cup pieces, this is what I have been looking like, very neat and nice. I've also gone ahead to do the same thing for the lining piece also. So when I turn it to the back, as you can see, I've gone ahead to notch it and then use my tailor's ham to open it up to iron it out, giving this curve shape. Now I've also gone ahead to join my cup pieces together, and this is how nice it's looking like. So if you don't know how to go about this, I'm just going to show you a video of how I went about this. So guys, this is me on my sewing machine about to sew the cup pieces. So I have my pattern paper to tell me the direction I should I should join this. So once you have aligned everything together, first of all, I went ahead to just join it this way, overlapping one on top of the other. But after joining this way, I found that it's not smooth. So I went ahead to use my manual machine to just create zigzag stitches. So that is how I went about achieving this smooth cup. Now that that is done, I'm just going to place my cup into where it is supposed to be for the both cup pieces. Now, after aligning everything, you are just going to make use of our hemming gum and just cut out strips and then iron the both of them together so that it is going to stick together. So I'll go ahead to use my iron now to just do that. Having ironed it together, this is what I've been looking like. So the two of them have become one piece. Now next I'm going to do is to measure all around my cut piece like this, and I'm just going to cut strips of my net fabric, and I'm just going to fold them together. So you can go ahead to run a top stitch along them. So guys, just keep this step that I did right here, because initially I thought that the rope is going to be coming from the under cup, but it's actually from the top. So next thing I'm just going to do is to fold these two like this, and then just go ahead to pin it around the cup, pin it in place, and then you can just go ahead to top stitch on it. So guys, I'm just going to bring my middle piece like this. I'm not going to fold it in two, and then from that point I'm just going to measure half of our nipple to nipple measurement at this point right here. So you can go ahead to mark it or notch it, and then I'm just going to align the middle of the cup like this to that of the basque effect piece, and then just go ahead to pin it all through. Now guys, at this step we're going to join the cups together with half an inch. So I'm just going to pin it all through for the both sides and then run my stitch. So guys, having joined them both together, this is what I have looking like. I'm just going to cut off this rope here because we won't be needing this anymore. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just to trim all these excess that I have at this point, just to make everything to have a nice and beautiful shape. With that done, let's work on the shoulder piece. So guys, I have my chantilly net right here, and I've cut out 4 pieces, one to serve as the lining and then the other one as the main piece. So what I'm going to do now is just to run a stitch at this point right here. Having stitched on that line, I turn it to the right side and then just top stitch on it to keep it in place. So guys, I have this rope right here which I've stitched and also turned it to the right side using my safety pin. So guys, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pin this to the upper cup area like this. I'm going to start from the dot line all the way to the middle point. Okay, so that's how I'm just going to pin it, and then I also pin that of the shoulder to rejoin together. So guys, what I'm going to do now is to run a stitch across this. This is just to make it easier before we go ahead to join our line. Having joined it and secured it in place, this is what I have it looking like. Can you see how neat and nice this is looking? Now I'm just going to bring my lining piece and I'm going to align the middle point together and then pin it all the way to the sides. Now after doing it, I'm going to I'm going to stitch on it, and while stitching I'm also going to be stitching on my hemming gum too. After joining the lining, this is what I have it looking like. I'm also going to have to give this a very good press, and can you see how neat it is looking? Now let's go ahead to work on the back. Right here I have my pieces cut out for the yoke of the back, and this is what I have it looking like. So I gave half an inch all through for the sewing allowance. Now guys, just need to get a little piece of fabric and fold it, turn it to the right side. This is to create our loop where we're going to pass our buttons. So place them right sides facing each other and then go ahead to pin it, and I'm going to sew around these regions I'm demonstrating. Having made my stitch all through, I've also notched areas and turned to the right side, so I have it looking like this. Also go ahead to give this a good press. Now I'm just placing my measuring tape like this in order to know where I'm going to place it, and it's just okay. 2.5 inches after the zipper allowance is what I measured for this. So after aligning it, you can go ahead to pin it, and then you bring your lining pieces to arrange it this way and then also pin it. Now I'm going to make straight stitches at these areas. Having stitched the shoulder region and also the zipper allowance area, this is what I have it looking like. Now I'm just going to keep this aside. So guys, I'm not going to be using the normal method that we usually do to join the lining and the main fabric, but if you want to use that, it is totally fine. So guys, what I want to do is to join the right side of the back with the right side of the ankara, and then join the lining two separately so that the seams is not going to be showing. That's what I'm going to do. So right now I'm going to take the bust measurement, divide by 2, and shape it. Also do the same thing with the waist. So I'm not going to pin them together, like the fabric facing themselves and then the lining to facing themselves, and then I'm just going to stitch along my sewing allowance line. Having run my stitch all through, this is what I have it looking like. Now I'm just going to be cutting a bit of the excess at the both sides. Now once you have done this, we just go ahead to turn everything to the right side this way. So guys, this is what I have mine looking like. So whichever method that you are using is totally fine. Now what I'm just going to do now is to pin it, like pin the lower region very well, and then make a top stitch. This is to keep it in place whilst we join the gathers. After doing this, I'm just going to fold them right sides facing each other, and I'm also going to join the shoulders. So guys, having joined the shoulders, this is what I have it looking like, very neat and nice. I also went ahead to top stitch around the armhole region. Now for the lower part, I've also top stitch on it, and this is what I have it looking like. Let's proceed to measure out the armhole so I can be able to cut out the sleeve. So guys, I have my chantilly net right here, and I'm going to make a fold into 4. So I'm just going to basically cut out my normal sleeve with normal long sleeve with adequate sewing allowance. Unfortunately, I was not able to capture how I went about the sleeve. I'll be explaining that. So once you have cut out your sleeve where you want the long sleeve to stop at, you will then go ahead to join it together with the armhole measurement and also with all your sleeve measurements. Then you're going to cut out on that piece of fabric that are going to join together also. Fold the hem on one side and then run a gather stitch upwards, which are going to be joining to the main sleeve, and at the end of the day you join the main sleeve to the armholes together. So that is what I did, and that is what I have right here. So guys, having done all of that, we're going to work on the lower piece. For the lower piece, I'm just going to take the measurement of what you have at the waistline, including the basque effect. Once you have gotten this, then you know how full you want it to be. So guys, for me, I just went ahead to use all the fabric that I have. Right here, I have my piece of fabric cut out, and how I went about this was to subtract a half length measurement, which is 16, and I added 1.5 inches for folding the hem, and also extra 1 inch for drawing gathers and also joining it to the waistband. So guys, I just, like I said earlier, I want to maximize my fabric, and then I'll just make joinings in where it needs to have joining, so I have it in one wide width. So guys, having joined it, I also proceeded to draw my gathers, and this is what I have it looking like. So this gathers is the width of what I have all around the waist of the upper bodice. So I'm just going to join them together, right sides facing each other. Having joined the both of them, guys, this is what I have it looking like. Now you can go ahead to weave it, but I'll be adding lining to this just to cover up these raw edges. So I've gone ahead to cut out a wide strip of lining, and I've also hemmed the lower part. So I'm going to face the lining, like the right side to be facing that of the right side of my dress, and then I'm going to make pleats all around. So guys, having joined my lining, this is what I have it looking like. Now I also went ahead to top stitch it at this region to keep the lining in place, so you can also go ahead to weave it there. So now I'm just bringing them right sides facing each other this way in order to close the hem, to close this lower part, and then to attach my zipper, also to hem the bottom. Right here, I've gone ahead to join my zipper and also hem this lower part. I proceeded to make a cover button, and now I'm going to use it to close up this area. With that, guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching this far, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.